Please, stop pushing, I really can't take it anymore. The concert venue was packed with people, but the man behind me was clinging to me like a leech. And of all things, I was wearing a miniskirt today, which only encouraged him to take advantage of the situation. He actually lifted my skirt, pressing tightly against my buttocks. Just then, someone in front of me bumped into me, and I stumbled backward. The next second, I felt something slide in, and my body instantly froze. My name is Mandy, a die-hard fan. So, in order to be noticed by my idol in the crowd, I completely went all out today. I not only wore the heaviest makeup, but also my most daring outfit. A deep V-neckline revealed a dazzling expanse of white skin, swaying with every step. The bottom half consisted of a miniskirt that barely covered my thighs, paired with pure white stockings that tightly hugged my legs. I was certain I was the most eye-catching person in the entire venue. But when I arrived at the venue, reality hit me hard. The entire stadium was packed to the brim, and I was instantly swallowed by the surging crowd. Forget about my idol noticing me. I couldn't even move an inch. All I could do was desperately stand on my tiptoes and scream at the top of my lungs, "Husband, take me away." Unexpectedly, this innocent remark attracted the worst kind of trouble. My idol didn't notice me, but it attracted a disgusting pervert. After I shouted those words, I felt someone behind me bumping into me repeatedly. At first, I thought it was just accidental contact due to the crowd. After all, bumps and jostles are normal in such a place. But the feeling became clearer and clearer. A hard object was repeatedly pressing against my buttocks, making me extremely uncomfortable. It was only then that I realized what had happened. I thought I had accidentally bumped into his hand, which he had placed behind him, so I quickly turned around, ready to politely apologize. I instinctively apologized, but he paused for a moment, then unexpectedly flashed a meaningful, mischievous smile. "It's all right, I'm happy to oblige." When I turned back around, pretending nothing had happened, I didn't expect him to become even more brazen, pressing himself against me. The force was more deliberate than before, so I had to force all my attention onto the idol, desperately trying to ignore the strange feeling behind me. But the man became increasingly bolder. The next second, he actually lifted my skirt and pressed himself tightly against me. Unfortunately, I was only wearing a thin strap dress that day, so my entire buttocks were completely exposed. I could clearly feel something directly touching my skin. I instinctively thought it was his finger, but then I realized something was wrong. I discovered that the warm, firm touch couldn't possibly be a finger. Instantly, my mind went blank. I had lived 20 years, and this was the first time a man had treated me like this. A wave of immense fear overwhelmed me, and every cell in my body screamed to escape. But the crowd was so dense, there wasn't a single gap. I was like a deer caught in the headlights, unable to move. I instinctively tensed my entire body, trying to resist the fear with my rigid posture. The moment my buttock muscles tightened, I inadvertently clamped down on that so-called finger, and a strange tingling sensation instantly spread through me, making my face flush. What confused me even more was that I didn't reject this feeling. In fact, deep down, a hidden sense of anticipation arose. The man behind me obviously took this as tacit consent, so he became even more audacious, repeating the action several times until the foreign sensation could no longer be ignored. I'm a sheltered college student, always following the rules, but today, at a crowded concert, I was manipulated by a complete stranger. Instantly, an indescribable feeling of humiliation surged through me. I wanted to cry out, but my throat felt like it was being squeezed by an invisible hand. I couldn't make a sound. Even worse, the force behind me pressed the thin strap tightly against my body, and a strange, sharp pain spread through my limbs, lingering stubbornly. The next second, I involuntarily let out a soft moan. The immense shame made me want to disappear on the spot, so I bit my lip hard, desperately suppressing the sound that threatened to escape, my throat aching. The deafening music and the frantic screams around me became his perfect cover. Everyone's attention was focused on the stage.